It's the RIOT Podcast, Friday, May 19th, Nikki's final podcast, your magnum opus, your chef d'oeuvre.
Wow, that's fancy.
Yeah, your masterwork.
It is not the end, though. I will obviously be back to fill in, and I just need a few weeks to move and get settled, and then we'll do some other fun special stuff. I just can't do the podcast or a RIOT show daily.
So today on the show, Nikki ranked her favorite RadioU employees top to bottom. She also
You
did.
won't believe where Hudson slotted in.
She also did most annoying listener comments of all time. That's in there as well.
I think that's what I'm going to miss, just probably just the sharing of stories every morning, because it'll be just a lot quieter, which is what my doctors want, obviously. And then I'll just miss all of the text messages from listeners.
Yeah.
It'll just be a lot more lonely, but we just have to get used to it.
I'm going to miss the gossiping off air.
All the fun stuff.
The gossip.
Well, you guys can still do that.
Yeah, that's
It's just not the same without a woman
Isaiah
in the
doesn't
room.
have in-laws.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Nobody. I don't talk crap about that many people in my life. Nikki, plenty.
Yeah.
Plenty.
I don't want you guys to think that. Not at all. They're teasing.
So today during the podcast, we talked about the first kiss that ever happened, how that happened, our depiction of why it happened, and then we went through our first kiss.
Yeah. Wait, Nikki, did you say?
I did not say mine.
Do you want to share?
She hasn't had it yet.
It was 7th grade.
Oh, wow.
It was a dance.
Oh, a dance.
It was
How
a dance.
romantic.
No, because you think it was all that like back then, and then when you look back, it was just like 7th grade was just a mess.
Oh, yeah.
Just a mess.
I
Talk about
imagine
some
it.
of the ugliest years of my life.
So awkward.
There's never like middle school is like the most awkward time. Like just for everyone. I feel like we're all there's nobody who looked good in middle school.
You thought it was like it was the end of the world if you weren't doing things.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember we had the dance that night, and something happened to me that day. I broke my finger. And I told my mom, I was like, I'm fine. I want to go to the dance.
I have to go.
Yeah.
Because the guy was there. I was like, I have to go to the dance. I have to go to the dance. I just remember her like, no, we're at the hospital. And,
Yes.
and I think I got mean. And I was like doing whatever it
You
could
started
take.
pulling the
Yes.
IVs out.
Yeah, but I was
Nikki's like, I'm out of here. I'm in a dance to get
eventually,
to.
I remember my mom just be like, fine, go.
Yeah.
Just go. And I'm glad I
And
went.
you went in your hospital gown.
Yes.
It was just a broken finger. It wasn't anything worse. But yeah, I just remember like I have to get to this dance.
Yeah, there's so much pressure to grow up when you're in 7th grade.
Yeah.
You don't want to be watching baby shows. You know?
Yeah, we talked about that. We also talked about workers sending or receiving bad messages from their boss or what
And
they thought were bad messages.
Jumping to conclusions.
Just jumping to crazy conclusions.
Yeah.
That makes it into the podcast.
Oh, yeah,
it
does.
Absolutely.
We talked about that. We also talked about the Heinz remix machine. Think of the Coke freestyle,
That's my
but for
favorite
sauce.
part of the whole
Yeah.
morning. You're passionate about that.
I know.
I mean, do you put both breaks in there?
Yeah, they're both in there.
All right.
We talked for probably a solid 10 minutes about sauce at restaurants.
Hey, condiments are fire. I don't care who you are.
And I like that we get the most response from you guys on this condiment machine.
I know. It's one of those things that, like, I feel like if I would just need to sit down there with, like, a large fry and just try a bunch of
Oh,
combinations.
that would be so much fun.
Talk about a fun food fight. Yeah, we do that.
Oh,
That
that'd be a
sounds like
nice
fun.
date too, where you just went and had fries
Yes.
and just did all that. So
I'm like, what's your combination? What do you
Yeah.
got over there going on? It's like when you go and get ice cream and everybody asks everybody what they got. Like, what did you end up going
Yeah,
with? Oh,
so
I've got mint
exciting.
chocolate chip.
Heinz should do sort of like a bingo card, but for this, so you could get all the combinations.
Oh, now that's a fire
so you can
idea.
kind of
Yeah.
keep track of all of it.
Yeah.
So
That's a good idea.
Heinz, you're welcome. You could make that. You need to laminate it though, because the ketchup's going to get on
Or
it.
put
Yes.
it like in an app.
Oh, that's a great
yeah.
one. Yeah.
I like it.
Build your own and vote on what you like the most. So, well, enjoy the final podcast for me. But again, I will be returning. It's not forever. It's just not daily. But you guys have a fantastic show on Monday.
Oh, we're going to do our darndest.
Do a good job. YB will be in with you, so he'll help cover.
Not the whole time,
Not the
though.
whole time.
I would tune in on Monday because you just don't know what's going to happen. Like, it might be the worst show ever. It might be incredible. We might go off air. There's so many question marks.
Well, you wouldn't hear that in the podcast.
Yeah, it's true.
But,
make
which
sure
is
you-
why you should listen live.
Make sure you check
Oh,
out
yeah.
RadioU.com for a chance to listen on Monday. Thank you both very, very much. And thank you to all of our podcast listeners as well.
Thank you, Nikki.
You're welcome. Bye. Oh, the last one.
last one.
Bye.
Catch you next time.
You guys.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
I've got here another day, another cockamamie way to lose weight.
There's another scheme.
Yeah, and this one actually, it goes hand in hand with the diabetes drugs that have now been turned into weight loss drugs as well. But this is a new technique where to lose weight, you would swallow a balloon.
Yeah, it goes down your throat.
Yeah, you swallow a balloon.
This has been all over TikTok.
And you combine the balloon with the diabetes drug Saxenda. And then between those two things, swallowing the balloon like increases, so it makes you feel fuller faster.
Yeah.
When you eat. And then you also have the drug that suppresses appetite. And then boom, lose 20% of your body weight.
They say, because again, I've seen some of this on the For You page. It's awful to watch someone swallow the balloon.
Oh, I want to
It's
see
so
it.
much, and it's just attached to a line. And
No,
then it goes
Nikki,
down
no.
the throat. And then apparently you go it bathrooms out in like 4 months, so you have to do it more
What?
often. Yeah, it's not
What is
forever.
bathrooming it out? That's a much bigger concern to me than
well,
the
it's
swallowing.
deflated by then.
Oh, okay.
The balloon deflates, and so it's not. It's not like you have to
I'm
do
having
it
issues
a
with this
balloon.
story.
Yeah.
I just imagine like you swallowing a tiny little balloon that wasn't inflated.
Yeah.
And then you just like,
Yeah, it
was
like,
fine. No
like,
big deal.
They press a button or something, and it goes poof,
But
inside
again,
you.
it goes down. Like they have to get it down you somehow. You don't have a surgery. It's attached to a thing, and then they scope it down or whatever.
Uh-huh.
You know, like the balloons behind me in the studio. You just take one of those, put it down, and then it fills up, and then it only lasts about 4 months, and then it deflates and stuff.
You
and
think
then
you'd feel like bloated?
probably you feel ballooned.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you'd feel
Like
weird.
your stomach is always like weirdly round.
Hold
Stop
up.
it. Come on.
Hold
Can we
up.
quit it with the videos?
Watching the video.
Yeah. Wait. So you don't just they don't just give it to you and you gulp it down
No,
like a
it
pill.
goes down. They have to have a
They
camera
insert
attached.
it with the thing.
They have to have a camera attached so they can see where it
man.
goes.
So this seems like a good way to lose weight if you're a sword swallower.
And you have to do that every 4 months.
Dang.
I hate it.
How much do you want to lose weight?
Not that much. Not for me. Come on.
It compared to like having a big surgery and having things cut. I
guess that's better.
Seems like it's better.
You
but
don't want like what do they do? Like the buckle around your stomach and stuff. Yeah, this is probably better than that, but not by a lot.
so you're not just supposed to take a balloon and swallow it. They do it with
Yeah.
a camera and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I would advise. Definitely not the children. You could choke.
So that's a pass.
Yeah, I think I don't want to lose weight that badly.
I'm thoroughly out. No shot.
This is Radio U's worst of the riot.
You might want to take it easy on the air conditioning and electricity use.
No, I'm sorry. It is what it is. You keep it at what you keep it at.
Just because you're moving to Florida doesn't mean you can suck up all the air conditioning for
Even
the rest
if
of
I
us.
wasn't, we're not changing what the air conditioning is going to be at, no
You-
matter what your suggestion is.
The suggestion is, I believe, 82 degrees
That's
Who?
impossible.
when you're at home and 85 when you're not.
Who
That's
would
crazy.
Put their house at 82.
People that don't want rolling blackouts.
I'm fine with the blackouts for like a day or two.
If it blacks out, you got no air conditioning.
I'm cool. I'll suffer for 2 days to just live in happiness the rest of
No,
them.
because it's never like your state. It's always like it'll be a rolling blackout in Wyoming. And,
Yes.
it's always something like
no,
that.
it's always Texas.
Oh, Texas gets it.
But not now. I have a report from the North American Electric Reliability Corporation. They do regular assessments of the power grids in the United States, and they are reporting an elevated risk for, in the United States, the West Coast, Southwest, Midwest, Texas, and parts of the South and New England all face an elevated risk for blackouts this summer.
They're
Isn't that
bluffing.
everybody?
They're bluffing. They're
That's
bluffing.
They're trying to
about
scare
everybody.
you.
Yes.
It's just about everybody.
Then fix it. Isn't that your job? Yet again, we're circling back. Isn't that your job?
I think it was awful because electricity, you're just like, oh, it's there, and you get very comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And you get really entitled. Like it shouldn't have any
Well,
power
it is
out.
2023.
I
That's what I'm
know,
thinking.
We
but
do pay hundreds of dollars a month sometimes for
I will
it.
tell you, I got so heated when they were trimming trees, like in our city. And so they had this big, massive tree trimming project. They knocked down 3 times
No.
our power for lengthy times.
No.
And every time you drive out, the crews were always everywhere. I wanted to scream at them like, "You're doing it wrong. Our power keeps going out. Stop it."
Yeah, it's unbelievable how inconvenient it is to not have power, and that's just when it's regular conditions. But because this is what Texas has been going through the last few years, it seems.
Because they have their own grid.
Yeah, they have their own grid, and then when it gets super, super hot, that's when there's more strain put on it, which is when it goes out. And then the time you want it most, because you need your air conditioning, is the time that you may be facing a blackout.
Now, I have no problem with not using as much of other things. So, like, you can unplug, you can turn lights off, but I'm not turning my air conditioning to 82.
The thing
No
is
way.
that none of that stuff comes close to sucking up as much electricity as your air
Doesn't matter.
conditioning.
I'll help in
You
the
can
ways
turn
I
off
can.
every light in your house for a month, and it still wouldn't affect your air conditioning.
I'm not turning my AC to 82 because I know not a soul in any state that you live in is anybody holding it there. So if we're all going down, we'll all go down together. I'm not going to be the only one fighting this battle.
So what is your air conditioner level set at?
During the heat of the summer?
Yeah.
Or just now?
What you change it?
Yeah. I mean, during the summer when it's super hot, then we
Yeah.
tend to take it down a tiny bit more.
I'm rolling around 68, 69.
Ooh, that's chilly.
You're the one that's taking us down.
What are you talking about? That's normal, I guess. But every
the problem.
every AC unit is different. My 68 could be your 74.
Oh, that's true.
I believe that because in here 73 feels like 52.
Yes,
That is also
That's the
true.
truth.
Yeah. Well, all right. I'm just warning you. Don't act like I didn't warn you.
Hey, if a blackout happens, the last time we had a blackout, it happened last summer.
Yep.
It was like the worst night of my life.
It
My
was
roommates
horrible.
went home because they had electricity there, and so I was by myself with Jim. My phone died, and I had no way to charge it, so I was just sitting in the living room in pure darkness at like 8 o'clock at night, and I was
And
like,
it's
"This is
hot.
the worst night ever." Nothing to do.
We just can't handle it.
This is the Riot Radio U.
This is crazy. This is our top story of the day because I was seeing this everywhere. And it comes to us from the fine people at Heinz, who for a while now have been making headlines by mixing things with ketchup. Mayo chip, Cranch, things of that nature. Custard, probably.
That
Just
actually
ketchup,
sounds
mustard.
delicious.
Yeah. Well, you're thinking of actual custard.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, which is great. But Heinz is developing what they call the Heinz Remix machine.
Yeah.
It's like a Coke Freestyle machine, but for sauce.
So it'd be sitting like if you went to a Wendy's or something. If you went to a fast food place, and you'd have to go inside. But if you went inside, on the counter would sit a machine, and it has a little dispenser where you would pick what you want to mix in together to come out.
And it looks like, and this isn't just like some concept, it looks like they're planning on rolling this out to different restaurants sometime next year, maybe.
I can see it doing well at a gas station.
Yeah, that does feel like where it would
Near
fit
the hot
in,
dogs.
right? Yep, But so here's how it would work. You could choose your base sauce, either ketchup, ranch, Heinz 57 sauce. I don't even know what that tastes like.
We probably have had it.
Yeah, I know.
don't you think?
I've seen it.
Heinz 57.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
then
their special sauce.
and then barbecue sauce, and then you can enhance those flavors, those sauces with other flavors such as jalapeno, smoky chipotle, buffalo, mango, and then 3 levels of intensity for any of those flavors.
Ooh, like a mango barbecue?
Yeah, with smoky
Oh,
chipotle.
That's delicious.
Ooh,
It's free though, right?
No.
It has to be.
What are you talking about? If you go through McDonald's right now and you ask for a second barbecue sauce at the window, they're like,
It's true.
honestly, you're going to have to give me a quarter. They have like signs on the windows now that say, if you ask for more sauce, you will be upcharged.
But this
How
would
in the
be-
world are they going to afford this?
But this is inside. You don't get charged the same if you're inside because they know that you by choice went in and they don't want any conflict. If you go through the drive-thru, they got you.
No, here's what you do. You just ask for a cup for water.
There you go.
That's
Also,
perfect.
if this is just sitting there, what's to stop you from taking your burger and just holding it under the thing?
That's
so
great.
They can't. I don't think they can charge you for this thing. It's going to be, it's going to be complimentary. It's going to be a service that Heinz is offering to you. I think it's a great idea. It's really exciting.
And I wonder if the cost of everybody taking a bunch of ketchup packets and not using them would be offsetted by they don't have to leave those out. Instead, use the machine.
Well, do you think this, because I imagine in the room, you probably haven't sat down inside of a Wendy's or McDonald's in a while. Will this make you go back?
Inside?
Inside.
That makes me anxious.
Is this like just spicy enough? Just heating it up
Just
enough
fun
for
enough.
you? Yep, just tickling you
Enough
like
of a
that.
dri- It is true. Like people don't. Fast food restaurants are like actually building themselves when they make new locations to try to avoid people coming in. They
Yeah.
make them all boring inside and real tiny and have like one table. And they're like, please don't come in.
Because you're not
Please
getting this
don't.
through the drive-thru.
No,
like you're just not.
you're
Because if you
not.
think about like the Coke freestyles and stuff, like you got to go inside to get
I
any of
even
those real
feel
good
bad
flavors.
asking for those in the drive-thru.
Oh, yeah, you
as
never
in,
would.
I feel bad enough that I don't do it.
Yeah, you don't do it.
Here's what you do. You send your passenger in because I don't even like parking, going in and getting the food.
Yeah.
Because then the drive-through lanes are always so long that it blocks you in
Yes.
from getting out easily. So just you go through the drive-through, you send your other person in to get the ketchup, and then you meet on the other side.
And then they
Yeah.
run out.
You know, the other thing
Sprint
too
out.
is usually places that have Coke freestyle machine. I have so much more to say on this. We might need to come back.
Do you want to come back?
Yeah, I
Don't feel
have more
rushed.
thoughts. I have more
Rush,
thoughts.
rush,
and they're
rush.
so important that they need to have their own time.
You hang on then, and you come back, and
We'll
you
come
spend
back.
how long you need.
More on the Heinz remix machine. Up next.
Hudson, Nikki,
The Riot.
on Radio U.
Talking the new Heinz remix machine. It is literally a Coke freestyle machine for sauce.
So like a tabletop thing that goes inside fast food restaurants or gas stations.
Although notably, no honey mustard involved.
Why not? It doesn't mix?
It doesn't have that, I guess. I mean, that's a totally different sauce, though, right? But it is kind of crazy. They're going to have Heinz 57 sauce over honey mustard.
So you go up to the machine, you get a little, those cups, and then you pick your base and then mix-ins, like add-ins.
Yeah.
And then that's supposed to give you whatever your amazing ketchup will be.
That brings me to my next point, why I'm so excited about this. It's going to take us back to the halcyon days when you used to be able to get the ketchup pump and just pump the sauce into those little cups. Most places don't have that anymore.
Well, you're not allowed to have
Well,
things out.
Mickey
Yeah.
D's does, and that's why it tastes so darn good.
Some
when you
of
get
them, right?
when you get one of those little white cups, those
Yeah.
little tiny ones that
Uh-huh.
are just a single serving, those taste so good.
And it's so crazy because you can only, with those little cups, you can dip literally like 3 fries in them,
But
and then the ketchup's gone.
the fry is like you get a single fry dip. It's so
Now,
thin.
hang on. Are you remembering back when you were doing that as a kid because your mom let you go get the ketchup from the pump?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
like, do you want to do that as a not kid?
Yes, I do. I like pumping.
I think it tastes good. I think it tastes better out of the pump.
It does.
I don't know what's underneath there. Some huge gallon of ketchup,
It's
and you pump
saltier.
it out.
It's
It
a
tastes
good,
so good.
good way to meet women.
Now we're thinking.
You just hang out by the pump.
No
be
wonder
like,
I'm so single. I haven't went inside a Wendy's or McDonald's in a while.
Yeah,
You're
you
missing
You mean to
out.
pump this
Stand
for you?
there.
Let me,
Yeah.
sweetheart, let me go and take care of this.
How many pumps?
Isaiah, what she needs is like, come on over, little lady.
Come on over here, little lady.
Say when.
You let me know. That good? That good? Oh,
now
you're a
ladies
sauce girl, huh?
Are not coming in.
See, when I was a kid though, and I missed this, and obviously I wouldn't do this as an adult, but I would pump the ketchup into the cups, and you know what I'd do? I'd just eat it right out.
You're
of the
such a
cup.
little weirdo. You should be
Put the
embarrassed.
cup up to my face, just stick the sticks the tongue in. You
Your
guys didn't
parents
do-
are probably embarrassed of you. They probably didn't take you out in public.
I also did that with the creamer cups too when I was a kid.
That's more
Yeah.
normal than the
Heinz,
ketchup.
this is what you're looking forward to. You're going to get hit on, or you're going to be seeing grown-ups eat out of the cups of all the ketchup stuff.
Hey,
Hudson's
baby.
like mango.
What's your mix, baby?
Oh, that's
Ew,
It's a good thing that Hudson's not in the dating world anymore. He'd be so creepy.
It definitely is. It 100% is.
yucky.
Gosh.
But the other thing is, okay, think about the freestyle machines. There's always somebody, because there's so many choices, they can't decide. They have to
Taking
have two of
forever.
them. They have to have 2 of them. And the freestyle machine is always out of half of the things.
Of course.
Yes.
It never has what you want. And that is going to be the downfall of these because they're not going to have 2. It's going to be one machine. There's going to be a long line, or you're going to have to like go sit down and wait for whatever guy that's standing there. Can't make up his mind of how much intensity he wants with his mango and the 57 sauce. That's going to be the downfall of this thing.
Heinz, you're going to also have to have a local representative who goes to each place to make sure they're maintained, because no fast food restaurant can take on anymore right now.
Yeah,
No.
It's
really.
the first time it goes out, no one's fixing it.
That's
Yeah,
true.
for sure.
That's the truth.
You're dead on with that. Well, I mean, it's a lot to look forward to. It's also a lot to be nervous about. The Heinz, the Heinz remix machine.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
This is amazing. I have an IT specialist in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
She sued her boss.
Okay.
She sued her boss for sexual harassment.
That's not good.
Well, that doesn't sound very amazing, Hudson.
No, but listen to this. Would you like to hear how he sexually harassed her?
What did he do?
And you know it's got to be good because I can say it on the radio, and it's funny. Okay, 1, he sent XX in an email.
At the end of it?
Just somewhere in it.
XX.
XX, just 2 X's.
Like hugs and kisses, love sort of thing?
Some might say that.
Huh.
This IT specialist might.
Ugh.
He also sent her 4 question marks. We all know what that means.
Hey, 4 is a lot of question
know,
marks.
right?
We are getting a bit aggressive now.
We know what that
Yeesh.
means. Obviously, it means you want to get it on.
Uh-oh.
Obviously. And then this is the best one. He renamed one of the work files to AJG. You know what that stands for, don't you?
I don't.
AJG?
Yeah. The classic abbreviation for, hold on, everybody. This is,
Hold on.
I'm going to say this because I have to say it.
Well, make sure
There.
it's nice.
A jumbo
Okay.
genital.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, I
That's
should
a-
have connected
A
that.
common abbreviation.
Yeah, AJG.
So, her case has been thrown out by the tribunal.
Well, why? It actually
Because
sounds...
it's not real. Because I mean, this is a real thing, but she's just making stuff up.
So he didn't do it?
Yeah, they say, according to the tribunal, the employment tribunal at London Central Court, they believed her series of events is a skewed perception.
To
I
got
got
you.
you.
So, like, he really just named the file that was just named that way.
Yeah.
And he
Nikki,
AJG.
AJG is
I
not an
don't know.
abbreviation for a
Hey,
jumbo
listen,
genital.
I was right along with you. Like, I can't believe this guy.
Yeah.
Nikki was so ready to throw him under. Gosh, she should go to jail
Jeez,
probably, huh?
You and the mob, the
I
woke
know.
mob.
Well, it
Jeez,
shows you
cancel
gotta,
culture.
you got to slow down for a second,
Yeah.
and that's the tribunal, which is such an
So,
intense word
it
for
is, isn't it?
your work review.
So you guys think I should not sue JR for sending me attachments that end in PDF?
Thank you so much for not doing that.
For saying, please do fondle?
Sure.
The best part is his initials are AJG. That's
Oh,
what
is
his
that his
initials are.
initials?
Yes,
Oh, I
his
didn't
initials are
even catch
AJG.
Aw, poor guy to go through that then.
Jeez, that's
Dang.
wild.
Yeah, it's like, I don't even know. I'm afraid of what to say, but this is crazy that
What's
she would
the XX?
assume.
I don't get the XX.
It's supposed to be kisses.
That's supposed to be kisses.
Oh, so he
At least
did
in
send the
her
kisses.
mind, that was kisses.
Got it. I don't know. If you sent me XX, I would just think that maybe you were just like mistyped or something.
Yeah, right?
Well, no, you've seen like X's and O's, hugs and
I've
kisses.
seen that like my grandma
Yeah.
on like a letter. So
Right.
if Nikki sent me
Oh,
that,
you got to sue your grandma.
if Nikki sent me that in an email, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, Nikki's sending me kisses." I would be like, "I don't really know what
think-
that means. I'm gonna just disregard
I
that."
also think
I really wanted you to finish that project.
I also
Please.
think XX can be like, oh, this is the end of like to denote the end of something.
Yeah, probably.
In some cases. So yeah, she's
I
just
will-
really reading into things.
I'm going to leave it at this. I think that it's good for her to still check because what if he was being, sexually harassing her? So it's good to check, but then good if he was not, that
Yeah.
they found him cleared on that, though that's a lot for him to go through if he wasn't doing
just
any of it.
crazy. AJG.
She jumped right to genitals.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, what a jump she
Well,
made there.
you want to make sure that he's not actually harassing her.
Yeah, that's right. I got to be careful what I abbreviate now.
Please
'Cause
don't
you
put
never know.
X's and O's on anything.
I'm just leaving G out of all of my,
Yes.
all
No
of my
more
emails.
G acronyms.
It's probably best.
The Riot Radio U.
Now, this is interesting. We got new information has come out about the invention of kissing. Apparently, researchers in Denmark think they found the earliest documented evidence of a human kiss. It comes from Mesopotamia,
Yeah.
which is in the Middle East, right? And they found something that dates back 4,500 years.
They're smooching.
The first smooch ever recorded. It's crazy to think there was a time in history before people like, whatever. They were married, they were in love, whatever, and they didn't kiss. Nobody had even thought of an idea like that.
So when do we think, or how did we think that happened? Did someone trip?
I know, right?
And they're like,
Fell
I
into
think I
it.
like kissing.
well, since it was back in those times, it was probably some man demanding that a woman would.
Oh, in a caveman
Yes,
sort of way.
Right.
Touch your face to my
Yeah.
Thanks for that take on that.
Lips.
No.
Yeah, right
You
now.
think, you know what's crazy is back then, like the first person who kissed, they probably thought that was like sucking toes now. Like back then,
It was weird.
Yeah,
they're like,
so
dude.
racy.
They're like, yeah, I actually, I put my lips on her lips. They're like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
You pervert.
Are you insane?
It was scandalous.
Yeah.
Jeez, you guys are freaky. That's crazy.
So they say
Sheesh.
that the origins of kissing can go back at least as far as they can document 4,500 years. So that's what they're looking at researching.
That is wild. I do wonder, like, just what was affection like before kissing? Because it had to be strange.
And were like people, boyfriend and girlfriend back then? Were they breaking up?
I
Did
bet
they
they
They were
ghost
were.
back
probably
then?
just either betrothed or like you just had somebody.
Did you leave the cave?
Yeah.
Like, what
Yeah,
happened?
where'd
I
you
don't
go?
know. Yeah, I
I
don't
bet
know
that
how
they
that
like
works.
kind of like rubbed heads together like a lion would. Maybe like
Oh,
a dog that likes
yeah.
another dog. I think that's probably what they were doing, if I had to guess.
That makes about as much sense as anything.
I
All
think so.
Now,
We
question.
normally like to make fun of your thoughts on some of those
Yeah.
ideas.
That makes
but
sense,
it
doesn't
does.
it?
It does
You
make
can't
sense.
argue with it. Now,
Maybe
question.
it'll make a comeback.
Question for you guys: do you remember your first kiss?
Yes.
Thoroughly.
You're thoroughly and who
Like
was-
it was yesterday.
Who it was with, where it was, everything, all the details. You
Mine
got
was
it all?
on my birthday.
Oh, how old were you?
I was 13. Maybe?
Wow. Look
It's
at you.
planned out clearly. I mean, I didn't just fall into a kiss on my birthday, but it
You
was
didn't just rub heads.
it was legendary. I'll tell you that.
Aw,
That's
cute.
crazy. I remember who I definitely had my first kiss with, but I couldn't tell you the circumstances. I think it was on our first date.
Jeez, you're
I
quick.
don't know. Yeah, I was quick, but I don't know. I'm not
You were
confident
26.
Don't embarrass him.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a great Riot clip? While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.